What does it look like when something is designed without rules? Without restrictions? Without limits? One goal, one singular vision, to break the template of what is possible, to redefine what it means to be innovative, to create a car that will change the world. To do this, regardless of any means, regardless of the price. Tesla Cybercab. A car that will change the world, or another failure of Elon Musk? Before we talk about whether the Cybercab will be a successful product or not, I suggest we remember the first similar product from Tesla, namely the Cybertruck. Because in fact, the same story is now repeating itself. Just like the Cybertruck idea, the Cybercab unmanned cab idea sounds and looks cool. But it's unclear how it will be implemented and what the problems will be. What will be the price? And when will this marvel of engineering come out? And will it come out at all? November 21, 2019. Elon Musk first presents the Cybertruck, a futuristic pickup truck. People around the world anticipated its appearance, and experts wrote that this is the future of engineering. The first problem started right at the presentation. Musk proudly told that the windows of the car are made of armored glass, but at the same presentation, he broke it with a steel ball. In addition, it was stated that the release date of the car will be at the end of 2021, and the promised price was almost $40,000. But as you realize that the serial release of the Cybertruck is still a long way off, and the price will not be $40,000 at all. On August 8, 2021, Tesla announces that it will not meet the deadline due to production problems, but by early 2022, everything will be ready. Then, half a year later, we learn that Tesla has problems not only with production, but also with design. Elon Musk said that early production will start in mid-2023, and normal production will start by the end of it. We're on the final lap. Here's where it's already starting to feel like something is going drastically wrong. It's been 3 years since the first presentation, and the car has not even gone into mass production. Among auto experts, there's a doubt that mass production of such a car is not possible at all. But in July 2023, the first serial prototype appears, but even that is not devoid of problems. Namely, the front and rear passenger doors do not coincide. Will this be fixed? Elon promises that yes. Musk's words that the Cybertruck has an exoskeleton are also questioned, as it becomes obvious from the production photos that the structure of the car is exactly the same as all the others, and the flat plates are just the body. But that's just the beginning. August 24, 2023. A letter from the head of Tesla hits the web, where he says that all the cars that have come out are not good enough. Because of the color and build, all the flaws are too visible, and the manufacturing process needs tweaking. Missed release dates and terrible assembly are not the only problems. Remember the promised starting price? It was $40,000. So now, December 1, 2023, the official price has been announced. Almost $61,000. February 28, 2024. Drivers report 25 error warnings, including critical steering problem and loss of system redundancy, which warn drivers that the vehicle may suddenly lose electrical power, steering, and traction, and may not be able to apply the parking brake. Some users have had doors stop closing. It also turns out that the Cybertruck doesn't have sensors to slow down the closing of the trunk and hood. These don't exist in older cars, but $60,000 cars almost always do. So what does that mean? Because of the very heavy material of the car and the sharp corners and surfaces, if your finger gets between them, it will be severed. People have suffered multiple injuries because of this. There's an update coming out later that's supposed to address this. And this is a screenshot from a video where a journalist from ABC7 New York checks this very update. The hood movement was slow, but it's still closed completely, even with a new update. The finger didn't get ripped off, but it was damaged. And the conclusion is obvious. This is still a very dangerous car. April 9, 2024. Hail damages the windshield of one user's car. Recall that it is armored glass. Estimated repair cost is almost $3,000. Fun fact, simple cars that have been hit by the same hail, absolutely intact. Rain is also a problem. Some models let water through the roof. April 19, 2024. Tesla is recalling 4,000 of its pickup trucks. The recall notice states the following: the accelerator pedal may become stuck and the pickup will begin to accelerate out of control, creating a hazard to everyone on the road. October 10th, 2024. Elon Musk introduces the Tesla Cybercab, a robocar without a steering wheel or pedals. At the moment, only 20 of them have been produced, and despite the usual criticism of Tesla by haters, from the iron point of view, they are fine. The car has only 2 seats and is designed as an ordinary cab like Uber, but without a driver. The car looks pretty well thought in terms of design. The doors open upwards for a reason. It's easier to get in and out on crowded streets. The car is clearly made under the influence of the company's past hits. The interior and the overall layout are similar to the Model 3 and Model Y, the best-selling car in the world. And the aesthetics are similar to the Cybertruck. The trunk in the car is quite roomy, as it starts right behind the seats and is separated from the cabin by a partition. We can also see a rather interesting aerodynamic disc design, which we haven't seen in any Tesla before. Since the Cybercab has autopilot, there is no rear window or rear view mirrors. In the cabin, in addition to 2 seats, there are only 2 cup holders and a large screen through which commands are given by the user. It would seem that all the prerequisites for another success are in place, but not everything is so simple. What about the price of the Tesla Cybercab? At the presentation, Elon Musk said that the cost of the Cybercab will compete with its competitors, including Waymo, and will be less than $30,000. But looking at the history with the Tesla Cybertruck, Cybercab will cost at least 2 times more. That is, about $60,000. And here, the question is whether it is worth buying such a miracle of technology and who will need it at all. He also said that at first, the price per mile will be the same as for ordinary buses, $1. But in time, we should expect a price of 20 to 30 cents per mile, which sounds optimistic. But what's up with Tesla's autopilot? Some people don't seem to realize how much things have changed since 2016, when Musk first promised that full self-driving was only 2 years away. Many people seem stuck in that outdated mindset that autonomous driving is an easily solvable problem and that fully unmanned cars are about to take over the world. Since then, interest rates have skyrocketed, buckets of plentiful venture capital funding have dried up, and most of the big players working on the technology have revised their timelines to take into account how long it will take for self-driving cars to prove they can be safer than humans. Even Waymo, the undisputed leader in the field, is moving very slowly, one city at a time. It can't promise the world. The company is still trying to figure out the highways. Musk promises the opposite. He said Tesla plans to launch fully autonomous driving in Texas and California next year, with the Cybercab going into production by 2026. Tesla Model 3 and Model Y cars with unmetered, full self-driving will be the first to appear. We want to have a fun, exciting future, he said. That if you could look into a crystal ball and see that future, you'd say, yeah, I'd like to be there now. But Elon Musk is forgetting about regulatory approval. Tesla will have to get permission from the California Department of Motor Vehicles to operate fully unmanned vehicles on public roads. And to do that, it will need to demonstrate that its vehicles can operate safely. Something the company hasn't done yet. And to produce a fully unmanned Cybercab, it would need permission from the federal government. what's the state of robotaxi AI market? Is it really that bad? The introduction of robotaxis has faced setbacks. After a pedestrian was hit in San Francisco, driverless cars operated by General Motors Cruise, a subsidiary of General Motors, were suspended. However, the sector continues to grow. In early October, Waymo said it would add the Hyundai Ioniq 5 to its fleet of robotaxis after the vehicles underwent road tests using the company's technology. Ride-hailing giant Uber is also looking to add autonomous cars to its fleet to expand delivery and ride-sharing options for customers. In August, Tesla announced a multi-year alliance with car developer Cruise. Musk said, autonomous cars are expected to be 10 to 20 times safer than human-driven cars. Elon is trying to move Tesla from its core business of making and selling electric cars to making robots and artificial intelligence. Tesla's market value is equal to that of almost all other global automakers combined. Much of the company's stock value is based on Musk's long-standing promise to solve the autonomy problem by producing a truly revolutionary car that can drive itself anywhere. Whether Tesla's robotaxi will succeed in solving this complex problem remains to be seen. Musk has a reputation for defying the odds, but automotive experts have consistently questioned Tesla's approach to technology, especially with regard to the company's aggressive push for advanced Level 2 driver assistance systems like autopilot and full self-driving. It looks very much like the Tesla Cybercab is not the cab of the future, but a cab with a very difficult future. The initial fate awaits any fully unmanned car project for at least the next dozen years. Tesla's self-driving ambitions rely on cameras that are cheaper than the radar and LiDAR sensors that are the technological backbone of many competitor cars. In teaching its cars to drive, Tesla plans to use artificial intelligence trained on raw data it collects from its millions of vehicles. But there are also some unanswered questions. 1. What happens if a driverless Tesla gets into an accident? Who will take legal responsibility? So far, Tesla has actively avoided taking responsibility for accidents involving a driver, and Musk has stated that it will continue to avoid liability unless there was something endemic in the car's design. Number 2. What happens if a driverless Tesla gets stuck somewhere or gets disconnected? Other AV operators like Waymo and Cruise have procedures for remote operators to try to move the car off the road. And if that doesn't work, they send crews of technicians who go out and manually drive the car. How do you do that with a car with no steering wheel or pedals? Why the Cybercab won't be in our lives for a while. Now, we get to one of the most interesting questions of this video. When will this marvel come out, and will it come out at all? Ideally, according to Musk, the robotaxi should hit the assembly line in 2027. But given his track record of not meeting his own deadlines, that's a very optimistic estimate. And it's not because Tesla can't develop autopilot. To develop autopilot, that technology has been in development for a long time. It's about a design without controls. That would require a major change in the law. Tesla would need to get permission from the California Department of Transportation to operate fully unmanned cars on public roads. And to do that, it would need to demonstrate that its cars can operate safely, something the company has yet to do. And to release a completely driverless Cybercab would require permission from the federal government. This process takes months, and success is far from guaranteed. What do we have in the end? What should we expect? Is the Tesla Cybercab any good? Unfortunately, or fortunately, there is a high probability that we will not see the Tesla Cybercab in mass production in the next decade. There are many reasons for this. There's US legislation, the speed of development of artificial autopilot in cars, poor assembly quality at the start, infrastructure preparation, and many others. Elon Musk is a man who changes the world, turns ideas into reality, creates technological breakthroughs, and makes a revolution. But it takes time, and change takes time.